I was confused the other day, or not confused, but puzzled.
Oh, yeah.
Watching Kite Man, Hell Yeah.
Kite Man, hell yeah.
Which is the spin-off to the animated Harley Quinn series, which is very, very good.
Hellacious Quintilogy.
Yep, that's the one. And Lance
Sports.
Reddick. Lance
yeah.
Reddick is Lex Luthor. But he died 2 years ago.
He did die. He's dead, done diddly dead now.
Yep. Very sad.
So how did that happen?
Regardless of Liam's response to it.
Regardless of my Flandersization of it. So presumably he recorded his things in the past.
He must have recorded it. It's going to be his last TV credit.
Right.
So
unless they do a documentary.
Would he be credited
as himself if he was in it?
But
there could be a documentary about him.
Posthumously. Yeah, post-hospitally.
Well, yeah, you would be because he's dead.
Yeah, but he recorded this while he was alive.
Yeah.
So it was made to be whilst he was... It's not about him being dead.
No, this isn't. But
No,
a documentary
would
could
be. And those are the difference between documentaries and cartoons.
If you put a microphone...
Don't.
I'm going to. If you, if you made someone as they were dying swallow a hydrophone, and then when they were dead, hit record on that hydrophone, could someone get, you just get the ambient sound of their innards, but would that count as it wouldn't be a performance, would it?
Well, Tchaikovsky
donated
his skull to the Royal Shakespeare Company and used in...
Which is funny because as we know, you could just use an onion.
Alas, poor Yorick. We know, yes, you can use an onion. But Tennant wanted something a bit more realistic.
A red onion. Red like blood.
No? Skulls don't have blood in them. Not that.
Mine does.
Yeah, but yours hasn't been dried out for decades.
Yeah, don't need to be rude about it.
So is Tchaikovsky... I don't think Tchaikovsky's credited as a prop. Or as an actor. I don't think that's a performance.
No, it's not a performance because he's just sort of there. I suppose it's just... Yeah, you wouldn't credit your props, rudely, but would you have a note, a little just by the way in the book? What's the book called? The leaflet you get at the theatre.
Programme.
Thank you so much. In the programme, just FYI, Tchaikovsky's skull, isn't that weird?
There was a documentary, and now we're going back to documentaries. There was a documentary about a man who volunteered to be mummified.
Right.
It was going to be the whole thing, how they did it back in the day.
Back in the day. In Cairo. On the banks of the River Nile. Ooh, Nile in a Yorkshire accent. Nile. Come on, Nile.
Tea's ready.
He lives on a barge up to Nile.
Of course he lives on a barge.
On to Nile.
But they had him be mummified and go through the process, and that was documented.
Lovely.
It worked a little bit, I think. I think his foot went a bit gammy.
Worked in what? Oh, in terms of preservation.
In terms of preservation.
In terms of keeping him dead.
No, well, he's still dead as far as I'm aware.
Wow.
But I don't think in the credits, in order of appearance, Steve as the mummy.
Really? He wasn't credited?
I don't know.
Did you see him before he died?
He was probably mentioned an awful lot in the thing.
Because he wouldn't be a performance, he'd be a contributor.
Yeah.
It's like in Louis Theroux. So when Louis Theroux did that documentary about dying, haven't watched it, doesn't seem like a laugh. I think the people were credited as contributors. But I suppose they didn't... You saw them alive.
What do you mean he did a documentary about dying?
So I think it was about... the right to... This is very dark already. I'm sorry. I'm going to put This might be the first trigger warning in some time. I think he did a documentary where he spoke to people who had opted into
euthanasia,
yes.
self-assisted suicide
Thank
type
you.
thing.
Those are all the right words that I was unable to claim. I think he did a documentary about that where he spoke to people and I don't want to say he hung out while they died, but
He was there.
yes, he
He got a return ticket to Switzerland.
yes.
They didn't need to.
No,
Because of
they
the dead.
died. Yes, in Switzerland.
Dignitas. Not a sponsor, but reach
Oh,
out
I
to
tell
us.
you what, though.
Could we be sponsored by Dignitas? We need to be dolphin safe, dentist of the year, and sponsored by Dignitas by 2026.
Could
Go on.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm medium sorry. How much would it cost for us to sponsor a wing, a ward of Dignitas, and just 24/7 pump the conversation hat through the speakers? Because we have a lot of episodes.
Oh, well, a lot more than we have.
Sure.
And of course they wouldn't want that, because after they listen to the Conversation Hat episodes, why would they want to die? They've got so much to live for. New episodes every week.
You're bloody welcome. So to answer your first point,
Every week.
about we could never afford it, patreon.com/conversation hat. Help us fund a wing of Dignitas.
I thought you were going to say, let's try and fund like one person
To do what?
to die. We'll buy the needle.
Don't buy a needle, mate. Just get a hammer.
You know,
Don't overthink it. Don't complicate it.
what's the shipping from the UK to Switzerland? We'll send them a hammer.
No, it's not going to. Let's do it here. We don't need to go to
I
Switzerland.
feel like laws,
Yeah, but
ignoring the hammer bit, I feel like the laws here are different than the laws where it's legal.
fine. We'll
in
go
the
to
sense that it's
Switzerland and I'll bash your mum's head in. How about that for a $5?
Patreon.com,
This is going to be a new tier.
new tier.
The matricide tier. What's Swedish for matricide? I want to.
I don't think matricide is an English word. I think it's probably got Latin or Greek in it.
Mattress. Yeah. Mattress.
Mattress. It's where you kill the bed.
Yeah. No, this is all obviously fictitious. The thing I was suggesting was we fund a ward of the Dignitas and we pump through Conversation Hat. I want to. Presumably they give them a little buzzer that does too much morphine. I don't really know how it works. But what I want to see is, like, if you give people the option to opt out at any time, I want to see the data points on when people chose to end it all corresponding to the things we said. Is there a higher likelihood of suicide at Mum, he made my poo brown?
So you want to use human lives to
Yes.
find out how much this podcast that we've been doing, this show that we've been doing for, scarily close to 10 years now.
Very close.
You want to see at which point that makes people want to die the most.
Yeah, I do. You're right.
Not die the least.
No. Well,
Not find out the air quotes good bits.
no, we edited them out. Why would we? This is free. Fuck you. Like, now all the quality stuff, we put it, we take it out and we use that to sustain ourselves. We're like chickens eating chicken. This is why we've got mad podcast disease. Because we regurgitate the good bits.
Makes sense.
It makes just science, mate. Don't be angry. Aren't you curious?
I mean, I think that there are better ways to gain analytics than like if we had millions of pounds to, as you said, sponsor a wing of Dignitas.
Do you think it's millions? Do you think
a wing in a hospital?
It's not really a hospital, though, is it? It's the opposite of a hospital.
A skip.
Yeah, again, don't overthink it. Like, you want to die, get in the bin, mate.
No, but
I'm so sorry.
There's got to be doctors and there's got to be things.
No,
There's got
doctors
to be
cure
medical
people.
Yeah, but they don't do it with a hammer. They'll have the nice rooms with the pretty views and the buttons.
The mistake I've made is that I'm thinking of an abattoir.
Yes. You're thinking of sheeple.
That's what I want to sponsor.
An abattoir.
An abattoir.
Would it be dolphin safe?
No. No, it would be a terrible environment for a dolphin to work in.
Landlocked abattoir.
Yes.
Risk of dolphins getting caught in the nets.
So what trigger warning do I even write for this?
Just don't listen to it.
Just don't listen to it. I sincerely hope you never hear this. That's the trigger warning.
Is it South Park that just in the beginning of every episode basically just says, don't watch this. This is awful.
Yeah, it's it's bad for the brain, terrible for the soul. It's a big problem. Tell your mum. Or whatever the advert was that I wrote. What's the date today? 30th of the 8th month? God. I remember in May when I did my roundup of the month post, and I was like, oh, May went really slowly. It was really fun. And then I blinked, and now it's nearly September. I regret it all.
One of my favourite facts was that Blink 182 is called Blink 182 because you get halfway through the year, 182 days, and you blink and, oh God, it's there.
Yes.
So you blink and time has passed.
Yes.
Turns out that's bollocks.
Yes.
And it's about swearing in Scarface or something.
Great. Is that how many times they say
fuck?
Fuck, yeah, that makes sense.
But they were going to call themselves 182, but there was already a band called that, so they put Blink in front of it. Don't know why.
I mean...
That might also be wrong. Everything you know might be wrong. Everything everyone knows might be wrong.
Everything is wrong. Conversation at Podcast. That's our promise. That's all I have to say about assisted suicide. And I've come to accept that Mum, He Made My Poo Brown might not be a great T-shirt design because it's off-putting. And it's weird.
Yeah, but those are the shirts that sell.
I mean, we can find out, can't we? Welcome back to the Conversation Slop Jobcast. Yeah, not great, is it?
I mean, it sounds like you're mucking out the toilets or something a little bit sexy.
It's a bit sexy. With your hosts, BBC Pearson and Liam Tay 4OD.
I still like that no one calls it All 4.
No, I like that Channel 4 have put out, their Threads account is rather funny.
They put out a tweet.
Was it a tweet as well?
They put out a tweet because they replied to Elon Musk being like, stop calling it Twitter, it's X. And Channel 4 went, yeah, it's also All 4, not 4OD. No one's going to call it, no one's calling it X, mate.
Liam Taylor 4D, All 4.
All 4.
Liam Taylor 4 actually scans a lot better as well. That's how little awareness I have of it being 4OD. Because I went Liam Tay 4OD rather than Liam Taylor 4, which makes more sense.
Okay. It also sounds like you got 4 tails.
I do have 4 tails.
One of them's his knob.
My lovely little knob. Ben, today's episode is sponsored by unpopular subgenres of dubstep. What are unpopular subgenres of dubstep for our listeners
Unpopular genres of dubstep have...
subgenres.
Subgenres?
Because dubstep is the genre.
Did I not say subgenres? Oh, it's very difficult to say.
I don't believe you've ever said that word.
No. What was it again?
Unpopular subgenres
of dubstep.
Thank
What
you.
they have for our listeners are the likes of Rihanna,
Oh, yeah.
Bach,
Oh, yeah.
Beethoven, Jay-Z,
Yes.
Miley Cyrus,
Yes.
Billy Ray Cyrus, Mylene Klass,
Yes.
and other people that don't make dubstep, which are why they're so
That's why they're
unpopular in the dubstep
Yeah.
dubstep circles.
Dubstep circles.
Square dancing is unpopular in the dubstep circles.
Circle pits are also unpopular, but for different reasons.
The more you know.
Da-da-da-da.
Or possibly, the more you know.
Da-da-da-da.
I can't remember what way the GIF goes.
Depends which way you look at it.
I'm sure it's from a TV series, not a GIF.
There's the stupid. Where was the place that they did all the decoding in the war?
The bunker.
No, the big house with all the typewriters.
With
Benedict
Alan
Cumberbatch lives
Turing.
there. Yes, Turing.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the bloody.
It's in history.
It is in the past.
And
Everything's in the past. Quidditch house? Nope, that seems unlikely.
It's not in there.
Bangladesh?
In 2 episodes, I will shout a word at you.
What the fuck are you on about? When they were recruiting people to decode the oh, for the love of fuck, what was
Enigma.
Thank you so much. When they were recruiting people to decode the Enigma machine, one of the questions that they asked were, which way round do the handles on the clock go?
The handles?
Yeah.
There aren't handles on clocks.
You need to hold it like a sippy cup.
There are hands.
The hands then. Which way round do they go on a clock?
Clockwise.
Is apparently the wrong answer.
Why?
Because the answer you're supposed to give to prove that you have the right kind of brain to decode Enigma is apparently, it depends if you're the clock. Because to the clock, the hands go anti-clockwise.
Yeah, it depends if you're the clock, but chances are you're not a fucking clock.
Statistically speaking, it's unlikely, isn't it?
If you are a clock and you are holding a pen to write the things down, 1, well done on gripping it. 2, well done on writing legibly when it's turning anti-clockwise for you.
Yeah.
Or anti-me-wise. Anti-you-wise. But that seems like it would be a bigger story and would bring the world together in peace.
Breaking. Man is clock.
Clock is sentient. Clock is,
yeah.
Time, father time.
Time lives.
He's real. And he comes for us all.
So save a date, book a slot, bend over. Yeah, so that's stupid. What's the name of the bloody house? Chanting. Hyde Park.
No, I was
Mr.
close to it.
Piker Grove.
For fuck's sake.
You're not allowed to Google it.
All right.
It doesn't matter. It's
Henry.
Not Henry House.
House is called Henry.
Henry House. Yes, and the Hoover's called Henry as well.
Because of all the code.
Because of the code for the Hoover. Hoover means house. Hoover House.
Hoover House.
Great instruction.
Why not?
Why indeed not? Ben, that's a lot to deal with so early on. Would you like to pull a question out of the hat?
You're welcome.
The hat is white today.
Yes, I will.
It's clean, it's shiny. It takes cocaine on the weekdays. Lovely hat.
6'4", blue eyes, trust fund, works in finance.
Oh, we did it. A meme that is going to be quite old by the time this goes out. He can do it. You good?
I don't think so.
Oh, no.
I've got an answer.
I
Which Disney villain would be the most effective Inside Out?
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's submitted by someone whose handle is Inside Out. Their handles go clockwise or anti-clockwise, depending if you're them.
That's very good.
Or if we are just...
No, we're inside out in Disney characters.
Okay, in which case the most effective one would be Hades.
Yes, because...
Because if you're evil, I'm going evil, you just want to destroy stuff.
They're
so
villains.
Yeah, it's villains.
Yeah.
So just blows everything up.
But he's inside out.
Yeah.
So how does he do that?
Okay, so in my mind, Hades has got all of the underworld and fire and shit inside. But I guess he wouldn't, because in the Disney film he goes into the wet and he does. Yeah, he's more peoply. Okay, right.
But is he a ghost?
He's a god.
But
So in my brain, there's a lot of power in there. So I'm basically having the physical form that holds it all in on the inside. So all of the power of the god of the underworld would go. And he's very flamey, and the flames come from inside him.
So you're combining the god with the location.
Yeah.
Which I guess, yeah, because they have the same name. God, yeah, if the River Styx was on the outside, that'd be a problem. That would mean, yeah, we were encased in hell.
Yeah, so I think that would be...
That would be pretty effective. Well, what's
If
his,
that's what he wants to do. I
what's
mean,
his goal?
he just wants to get rid of Herc. He wants to rule. He wants to rule all, as the fates say.
He does want to rule all. But if he owns Hades, the location, and Hades encases the mortal plane, then he sort of owns it because he's physically holding it.
Yeah.
So if that's his goal, that would be a big
So
tick.
that's kind of... I mean, like, we can get rid of, like, Scar, because then that's
Just blood.
just
a big pile of
goo.
Just a big pile of red goo. Who else we got? Classic Disney villains.
I think it's got to be something. It's got to be something magic.
What about Dick Van Dyke, Inside Out, from the Scrub-a-Dub-Dub, the
Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Is he a villain?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. You watch it again. Dick Van Dyke's the
I've not
baddie.
watched it for a very long time.
He's the baddie. He's got his broom. He talks in a.
You're thinking of Mary Poppins.
No, I'm definitely not thinking of Mary Poppins.
Were you about to say Cockney accent?
Cockney accent. Was he in Mary Poppins?
Yes, with the terrible Cockney accent and his broom. Chim chimney chim chimney chim chim chiroo.
Chimney sweep. Was he? Who was he?
Mary Poppins.
Who wasn't there not a similar in Bedknobs?
I'm not allowed to Google, and it's been
Your phone's over there.
over 20 years since I've watched Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins. Then he's the baddie.
He's not. I don't think he's a villain.
He keeps trying to steal the Dalmatians. Man.
No, the villains is the father. The villains is capitalism, because the father is a banker and he's a knob and he doesn't like anything. He wants to. You better put your tuppence in the bank. No bird feeding for you, you scallywag.
Capitalism isn't a Disney villain because Disney represents capitalism. Disney isn't a Disney villain.
I mean, it certainly is now.
Disney's just a villain.
True.
Yeah, not a Disney villain. Disney is a Disney villain in that it is both Disney and villain, but Disney isn't a Disney villain. This is a villain.
Star Wars
Ah,
and Marvel movies is now Disney.
it is, yeah.
So there.
Take that, me. I was thinking, like, would any of like the Sith type people? I can only imagine that Jabba the Hutt Inside Out looks exactly the same.
Yep.
But I wouldn't argue that Jabba the Hutt is not necessarily a particularly effective villain.
He's a villain, but not necessarily the.
Because his goals, he doesn't have like world
He's a
conquering.
gangster.
He's basically just a smuggler and a drug
He's
dealer.
Fat Tony.
He's Fat Tony, yeah. So he's not trying to like rule the world or like kill everyone. He just wants to sit on a throne of gold with Carrie Fisher from the 80s.
Who doesn't?
I mean, quite like Carrie Fisher from any era, to be honest. So I don't think he's. I wouldn't call him evil. I'd call him chaotic neutral, perhaps, or just maybe even true neutral.
I think there's a little bit of badness in there, but I wouldn't say he's villainous.
Yeah. Like if we're doing a binary, he's definitely not good.
What about the big mountain demon from Fantasia?
Ooh.
Because that's in a mountain, and all of the demons and shit come out of that.
So it would just be
So if you-
perpetual demons.
Inside out that, then perpetual demons all over the shop.
That's true.
And then just a very small amount of very squished world in a hill.
Very squished world in a hill. Yeah, that's true. I don't think. So you're. Yeah, because it's a geographic formation. So if it was inside out, the world would be inside. Stop putting the world inside of villains, Ben.
I'm trying, I'm just going with what the question
Yeah.
says. It's these last three syllables that are really,
What, inside out?
yeah.
Yeah. Because we've definitely talked about Disney villains before, but we've not inside outed anyone. So what are some Marvel villains then?
Just any of Thanos.
So Thanos is like basically humanoid mortal, isn't he? So if he's inside out, he's goo. Same rules as Scar, ineffective. Are there some that are more like incorporeal?
How about Ultron?
Because Ultron's just a data string, isn't he?
Yes, but in the bodies, I think they put him into just one of the bodies.
They do, but he must be able to like hop between. Because he's in charge of all of the evil robots.
All of the evil robots.
Yeah.
But I think I can't remember. It's been ages since I've seen Age of Ultron.
It was a while ago.
Ages since Age of Ultron.
Apropos.
But I think they end up getting him just so he's in one.
Yeah.
And then that goes. And in the comics, I think he's just in one of them predominantly, sort of like as an Ultron Prime. So if you took the programming out of that, and so it was everywhere but in the body.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So then it's in all technology, anything that could have it. That'd be pretty bad. That would be effective. Granted, there'd be some Ultrons that are just like whisks and love eggs and stuff. But then he's got all the internet.
An evil AI vibrator that like eats like
just gets you nearly there and stops.
and it stops. It's edging you
It's
for
just
40 years.
Constant edging. No
That's
satisfaction.
too much edging. I'm going to say it.
You'd get sore.
The film.
I think does Disney own Lionsgate? I feel like it does.
I would be shocked to learn Disney didn't own everything.
But Saw Inside Out would also just
just be mush. I think Ultron might be it, to be honest, because it is. Yeah, you're right. If there's only one item, then the Ultron character model that is not Ultron, that's a problem.
Yeah, because it is a stream of data. You said it is a program.
I think so. Yeah.
Just in the thing.
Because what's Ultron's goal? Does he just want to fuck up Tony Stark?
I think it was very iRobot-esque.
Yes.
So, we need to protect the world, we need to save all the people. Oh, well, the people are the ones that kill all the people, so best way to do that is to kill all the people or control all of the people.
So very similar to Thanos' plan, in fact.
So Thanos was to...
Oh yeah, he was more about like resource.
He's say get rid of half of the living things in the universe because then the resources match. And people who say the double resources, that doesn't matter because then the population will still increase and...
But that's a week away.
But we'll be in the same position in a little bit. Whereas if you halve the amount of everyone, then that's more for everyone, and then you also have to build up that. And if you doubled the resources, the rich would get richer, the poor would get poorer. That's just how things work.
Yeah, capitalism. It's pretty good. I'm a fan. I think it might be. I'm trying to think of other villains because most of them are just like carbon-based life forms. So if you turn them inside out,
you're probably having a bad time.
They're having a talk about Mondays.
I mean, even Oogie Boogie.
Oogie Boogie
from he's just bugs on the inside.
Bugs on the inside.
They turn him inside out, and then he goes
bugs everywhere. Is Inside Out a Disney property?
It's Pixar.
I can never remember if that is actually Disney.
I was trying. It's on Disney Plus.
Oh,
so I would say that's close enough.
Pretty close.
But there's not really a villain in Inside Out.
The villain
I've not seen Inside Out 2.
No, the villain is mostly societal expectations around emotions.
It's a story about how being sad is okay sometimes and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And helps people deal with emotions that might struggle to deal with emotions, which is a good thing, but there's not really a villain.
No.
Other than whoever wrote that bit where Bing Bong dies. Fuck you.
What's Bing Bong again?
Have you forgotten about Bing Bong?
I forgot about Bing Bong.
That's what happens in the film.
Oh, I just remembered about Bing Bong. And Dre. I forgot about Dre.
Dre?
Yeah, don't forget about
the Doctor?
Yes, Ben. The Doctor Dre. The Doctor will Dre you now. Careful.
Have you seen the video? I think it's Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel.
This is fucking T-Pain doing War Pigs.
No, it is. It's Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg in an ER as doctors, and it's Dre's Anatomy.
Yeah, it's great.
It's really funny.
Have you seen? Right, the Olympics has been and gone, and good fucking riddance, to be honest.
Paralympics is on Channel 4.
Fine, I'm not going to watch that
Either.
So at closing ceremonies for the vanilla Olympics, the non-Paralympic Olympics, the closing ceremony, there's usually like a 15-minute section or something at the end, which is produced by the place that the next host of the Olympics, right?
Okay.
So the next Olympics is going to be in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So
I'm interested to see what they'll do.
Oh, Ben doesn't know. Wonderful. So what they did was, you know how Snoop Dogg was at the Olympics?
I just want to. So, just in other Olympic things that I know of.
Yes.
Beijing. Insane amount of people, all in sync with the drums and the water and the music. Very cool. In the UK. We had a sex pest dressed as Willy Wonka.
Yes, we did. Which sex pest was it?
Russell Brand.
Oh, yeah.
We had some
Yeah.
Harry Pottery type stuff and a lot of literature things. That was cool. We had Eric Idle singing "Always Look on the Bright Side of Life" at the closing thing.
The London Olympics 2012 is the last time I was ever pleased to be in this country. I think it was for a lot of people. That was the point for a lot of people where they actually felt a degree of pride, and since then it's just been like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
So long, it was so many years ago, man.
12 years ago. 12 years since any national pride that wasn't almost immediately followed up by racist comments. In Paris, they had Lady Gaga.
No, they didn't. She was pre-recorded, mate. She was in Paris.
All right. In the opening ceremony.
Yes.
They had. Thanks for ruining that. They had Lady Gaga singing.
Yeah.
There was lots of fashion-y type things. I think at the closing ceremony there was lots of fancy like fashion things that us mere mortals don't understand because we get our clothes at Tesco's and TK Maxx.
Yeah. I don't even listen to Gojira.
What?
The metal band that played. There was a metal band that
I
played.
didn't see that. When someone said Gojira, I made a Godzilla joke. Because
That's very good.
Because Godzilla.
Yes.
So sorry, yes. So everyone's got like a little bit of culture, a little bit of here's the things that we've done, here's all the stuff. In LA,
A lot of crime.
there's a lot of crime, very expensive. In American history, war.
Yeah.
There's been some inventions.
Elvis Presley, famous sex pest.
Yes, paedophile.
Technically a hebephile.
A what?
Hebephile.
Hebephile.
It's what pedophiles say when they like. Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. So it's only a pedophile if they're like an actual child. If they're between the ages of tween and whatever age is okay in your country, they're a hebephile. But that's a specification that only pedophiles seem to make. No, I'm not actually a pedophile, I'm a hebephile. It's like, fuck off, get in prison. I regret bringing it up. It's still a crime. It's just a different crime.
I don't know what "heeb" means. Okay.
Neither do I. I'm possibly saying it weird as well. Yes, I take your point. Like, I don't know what the culture... I don't know what LA are going to do.
No.
The only thing I can think of is that you have to draw on the nation as a whole. And if I think too hard about the entire of the states, I get very sad.
Yeah, because it's got to be... It's not a particularly old country, and you've got to ignore an awful lot of guns and slavery.
Oh, yeah. So they did the ceremony at the end, and as you may know, Ben, one of the handful of things that LA does have going for it is quite a rich history of hip hop. You had the East Coast versus the West Coast troubles, to use an Irish parlance,
Yep.
which were completely fabricated by the media, but it's still a thing we think of when we think about LA. Crips versus Bloods as well. Like, you've got quite a rich culture in that regard, and indeed. Snoop Doggity Dogg was at the Paris Olympics.
Yeah,
then.
he looked real. I loved him being there.
It was great.
He loved him being there.
He was having a great. He always has a great time. Pretty sure Martha Stewart came with him. She was in his luggage probably. She smuggled her through customs, and that was probably the only thing he smuggled through customs.
She's not allowed.
She's not allowed. Not since everything happened. So the closing ceremony, The bit that was dedicated to the next location, LA, was a pre-recorded Snoop Dogg music video. And nothing else. He was fucking there. He was in fucking France. He could have done it live. But they did a pre-recorded, hello, we're in LA, here's Snoop Dogg, go.
Whilst he's standing next to the telly.
Oh, he'd gone home at that point.
I'm not in LA.
Yeah. They could have transitioned from the music video into, and he's here today because you've seen him already. No, it's just a video. People left. Everyone left.
Well, it was the end.
It was the end. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, very
So that's going to be in what, 3-4 years?
I don't fucking care, man, probably.
We'll see what happens then.
Nothing. Nothing will happen ever. I think we need to keep talking for a minute or so because I haven't written down any titles.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
let's try and think of, just for balance, let's try and think of nice things that could be in the LA Olympics, the Lampics. The Lampics.
The Los Angeles Olympics.
Yeah.
A lovely doodad to wear in your hat.
Thank you, Stewie Griffin.
Palm trees.
Like, what could it... What, like... what good contributions are there to, like... Because you can't necessarily do cars.
Sure.
You could do cars, like muscle cars, I suppose.
Right, yeah.
But it's not something necessarily synonymous with America because they were the first to invent it.
Yeah.
The
The LA Lakers basketball team.
Globetrotters.
The Globetrotters. The Harlem Globetrotters.
Yes.
Where's Harlem, Ben?
It's towards New York, but we're talking about America as a whole.
Okay, I see, yes. I think they're more likely to employ the LA Lakers.
I don't know. Do they do all the tricks?
No, but they are in LA.
Okay. Florence Nightingale. I know. Wait, not Florence Nightingale. There was shit from the past and from around the country.
Yes.
Just because it's in the city doesn't.
Considering that the Globetrotters you're thinking of are
They trot the globe, Liam.
Are you by chance thinking of the cartoons? Because they are based on a real team.
Yes.
But they've been dead for some time.
Is it not like the Blue Man Group where they just...
Well, they just inherit new Blue Men.
Yeah.
Maybe to an extent.
I thought that it was an ongoing thing.
I don't know.
Okay.
This is not my wheelhouse.
No, not mine.
But I'm pretty sure they'll employ the LA Lakers.
Um,
Unless they ship in the Detroit Pistons. And what they have going for them is they are one of only 3 basketball teams I can name.
well done.
Thank you so much.
I guess there
sports.
could be music and stuff. You're right. There's hip hop that
It
comes
would
from
be
blues,
weird
which also gave to rock and roll.
Yes, this is true.
Um,
And jazz.
I want to keep talking about like McDonald's
You can
because
talk
I
about-
like McDonald's, but I don't
about
think it's
food.
going to sponsor the Olympics.
They sponsored the president. They didn't sponsor him.
I think it was Burger King. that
Was it
Trump
Burger
got.
King?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't care.
Because he doesn't know what humans eat.
Um,
Have you seen he's got digital trading cards? Guess how much a trading card is?
oh, like millions?
No.
No?
The digital trading card is like $900.
He's selling NFTs. Great.
And if you buy 15 of them,
Oh, yeah, okay.
you get a physical card. So for
Jesus.
$1,500, you get an actual trading card that no cunt's going to trade with you, that has a little bit of the suit that he wore to the presidential debate in it.
I mean, he's a grifter, isn't he? So none of this is surprising. I've thought of one title, so we can stop now.
Go on.
Well, we're doing the socials first, aren't we, Ben?
Ah, yes, the socials first, aren't we, Ben?
Ben,
Where are you on you, Liam? Where are you on you, Liam?
I'm on this chair, am I, Ben?
You are.
I am at LT Guitarist on all the usual places one might expect to find someone on the internet. I guess Instagram is probably...
Porn.
Yes, I'm at porn.org or Instagram. porn.org/LT Guitarist.
Instagram.
Instagram/com. Ben.
/cum.
Come. Like Jism. Ben. Go!
I'm on Instagram at Spike Pearson, Pierson. I still spell my name like that at the end of every episode.
If you change how you spell your name, it becomes confusing.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm going to.
Okay.
Or at least I'll keep that Instagram handle. Goes clockwise.
Yeah, you do.
Food, plants, me, pictures of all those things. It's an Instagram account with my face on it.
That's statistically true. The podcast is at Convo Hat Podcast. We're doing video highlights of the podcast, and if you were to go watch them, that'd be great.
YouTube as well.
Yes. Yeah, there's YouTube episodes now.
The full episode.
Well, more than the full episode,
What
actually,
you've just listened to.
but more, with the bits probably not edited out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like when I said, Ben, don't Google it, if you wonder whether or not Ben stood up slightly right before I said that, you can find out.
You'll be able to find out if I did in fact Google it.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Ben, the one title I wrote down is opting out, because that sort of seems to summarise some of the stuff we spoke about at the top. I'm also open to other suggestions. We haven't recorded in some time, and I've forgotten that I was looking for titles.
That's fair. I'll forgive you this time.
Thank you so much. Opting out,
Let's go for it.
which also means we can leave now.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Well,
We're not leaving. I'm going to order food and then we'll do dozens more of this.
What food are you going to order?
Oh, you'll have to find out in the next exciting episode.
Find out now.
Maybe KFC. It's nearby. I don't know.
You should get Popeyes.
There's no Popeyes in Norwich.
Are you fucking kidding me?
There's no Popeyes.
Why are you here?
We're getting a Taco Bell,
Wow.
which is one item in many different ways,
great.
but we haven't got it yet.
Damn, dude.
I miss Itsu. I like Itsu.
You like Itsu?
People say Wagamama's is not Wagamama's. That's a different thing. Wasabi.
No.
No, I much prefer Itsu. They do better. They do
It's-
detox miso soup.
To detox miso.
Detox miso.
Miso detox now.
Yes.
That feels
That's
on
dodgy,
the
but you're
cusp.
doing a word play about detox and miso.
Yes.
Nothing to
I
do
still
with.
don't feel good about it.
I'm good. Should we stop?
Will
Or-
I remember to edit this out? Find out. Already.
I like the gyozas.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yum, yum, yum.
Bye then.
Bye.